pretty much everything you need to know about taming and using a Tek Stryder in ARK Survival Evolved. Tek Stryders are primarily located within the eastern section of the ARK Genesis Part II DLC map, with a few additional spawn locations on the northwestern side. Given their large number of spawn locations, they can be found pretty much anywhere during your exploration of the map. Using an S+ Tek Transmitter, I was able to scan and locate all of the current Tek Stryder spawns on the map, so you can use these rough coordinates if you'd like. They're rather easy to spot given their long legs and occasional chest penis.
Oh yeah?
If you're still having trouble locating them, just listen for the sound of distant pulse cannons and mechanical elk grunts to bag yourself a robot deer! My god, how the f*** am I supposed to fit this inside my little bunna hutch? Alright, so how do you go about taming one of these AT-AT whitetails, you might ask? Well, Tek Stryders are a passive tame that require mutagel as a food source and a unique hacking process. In addition to this, you must have completed a certain number of missions on Genesis Part II. The amount of mutagel and mission requirements scales linearly depending upon the level of the Stryder you're trying to tame. It's best practice to use a taming calculator to determine how much mutagel you're going to need based on your server's taming rates. As for the mission requirements, here's a chart that tells you how many missions you'll need completed to tame the corresponding Tek Stryder. Thank you, wiki page. To begin the taming process, simply place the mutagel on the last slot of your hotbar and begin approaching it. Once you're close enough, you'll see a prompt to use mutagel to begin. Once you do this, you'll be prompted to hack a certain section of the Tek Stryder's body, as indicated by the grey text that appears and because the body part will emit electrical sparks like you just spilled coffee in your keyboard again. Simply approach the sparks and press E to begin the taming process. Once initiated, a large red circle will appear and you'll have to stay inside of it at all times. The hacking process plays out like a minigame of sorts, requiring you to match the code that appears on the screen while still staying inside of the red circle. To match the code, wait until the moving green boxes are lined up with the line in the middle of the interface and press the left mouse button. Repeat this until the entire line of code has been matched. If you fail the minigame, taming progress will be reset to 0% and you will be stunned for a short amount of time. After a successful hack, the Tek Stryder will have to walk a certain distance away from the location where the last hack was performed, essentially eliminating the possibility of trapping it during the taming process. If the last hack was successful, you'll see a new set of sparks emitting from somewhere in its body because you just spilled your coffee on your f***ing keyboard again. Additionally, you'll see blue text that displays something called a grace period and affinity to gain. The grace period represents a short time period to gain the displayed taming affinity if you hack the Tek Stryder's body part in time. If this grace period ends before you reach the part you're trying to hack, this affinity will start to slowly reduce over a set period of time, so it's in your best interest to subsequently hack the different body parts as quickly as you can. Simply repeat the process of hacking the Tek Stryder while staying inside of the red circle to complete the taming process. Now typically at this point in the video I'd provide you guys with a few different taming methods to make the process easier, but given that the Tek Stryder has to move after each successful hack, it makes the use of taming traps pretty pointless. Stryders can be temporarily immobilized by large bear traps, but this does nothing to help you in the taming process as it just pisses them off substantially. As long as you're paying attention to your surroundings and watching out for the nasties in the area, you should be fine taming it on the go as I've displayed here. Once fully tamed, the Tek Stryder will come already equipped with a tech platform that can be used to ride it, eliminating the need for crafting a saddle. Tek Stryders do not possess a food stat and don't require any source of food to stay alive. Alright, so let's dive into the controls and functionality of the Tek Stryder to showcase some of what it can do. You better buckle up, Buttercup, because here comes an information dump like no other. Pressing the left mouse button will perform an AoE stomp ability that does moderate damage and can harvest trees and plants. Pressing the right mouse button will activate the Tek Stryder's Head Rig ability, and pressing the C key activates their Body Rig ability, but we'll get into all this more in just a minute. Pressing the Shift key will provide a very mild speed boost while walking, I guess. Alright, so now we're getting into the meat and potatoes of the Tek Stryder. When a Tek Stryder spawns, it will come equipped with one of 4 different head rigs and one of 4 different body rigs, each of which have very different functionality from one another. Let's start out by discussing 4 of the different types of head rigs available. The Excavation Rig is a harvesting-based super laser that harvests anything and everything in f***ing sight! Whoa, baby! Well, everything except for the element dust-bearing structures on Extinction, and the charcoal trees on Ragnarok. When activated, the laser will reach out and harvest all nearby nodes within the area, making large-scale resource gathering sessions a breeze. This rig can also be directly linked to a single Tek-dedicated storage system so that the resources are automatically transferred out of its inventory as it harvests them. The Pulse Cannon Rig is an offensive-based weapon attachment that fires Tek laser blasts at the targeted direction. Each blast consumes 5 charge per shot. The damage of this laser does not scale with the Tek Stryder's melee damage or total level. These lasers are not capable of damaging any tier or structure. The radar rig is a support-based attachment capable of detecting and tracking nearby living creatures or survivors for up to 30 seconds. While this rig doesn't consume any charge, it does have a cooldown of 35 seconds. The range of this scan is pretty far, reaching up to approximately 750 meters away. This rig is excellent for tracking down high-level creatures that would otherwise be very difficult to find. The Silence Cannon rig is a defensive-based sonar weapon that can be used to disrupt enemy creatures or tames. If you ever wanted to tell that screaming yuck to shut the f*** up, this is the attachment for you. It will prevent Utyrannus from screaming, Mammoths from debuffing allies, and can even temporarily ground flyers, similar to the Valenosar's turret ability. Creatures hit with the silence are debuffed for 30 seconds and giving a visual indicator of blue smoke over their heads. After the debuff ends, there's a cooldown before they can be silenced again, as indicated by the red smoke over their heads. Each sonar pulse costs 50 charge to activate. Alright, next up is the 4 different types of body rigs available. The Phase Cannon rig is an offensive-based attachment capable of firing a concentrated tech blast at the face direction. This blast is capable of destroying all resource nodes it comes into contact with and is capable of damaging all tiers of enemy structures. The damage of this blast does not scale with the Tek Stryder's melee damage or total level. This ability consumes 50 charge and has a 10-second cooldown between blasts. A spyglass can be used in conjunction with the tech blast to hit targets farther away. Enemy auto turrets and heavy turrets will shoot at the tech blast to destroy it, but tech turrets don't seem to target it for some reason. The Resource Attractor rig is a harvesting-based attachment that passively reduces the carry weight of most items by 65%. Within the radio wheel menu is an option to link a player-held mining drill to the Tek Stryder, meaning that all items you harvest within the vicinity will go straight into its inventory instead of into yours. This is visually indicated via floating purple spheres that gravitate towards the Tek Stryder. When resources are being transferred, there will be a cost of 5 charge per second. The Shield Generator rig is a defensive-based attachment that projects a shield around the Tek Stryder. The shield will persist until the durability reaches 0, charge has been fully depleted, or it's manually turned off. If the shield's durability reaches 0, there will be a 30-second cooldown before it can be reactivated. Players and tames are allowed to move into and out of the shield freely, but projectiles from both directions are blocked. The shield is affected by friendly fire, including firearm and creature attacks, with the exception of the Valenosar's projectiles that can't harm the shield. The shield can be used to cost-effectively tank enemy turrets. The durability of the shield is linked to the Strider's total health, thus investing more points into health will further improve the durability of the shield. Please note that when you first invest points into the Tek Stryder's health, the durability of the shield will remain unchanged until it is fully depleted, after which it will reset to its new value. The Shield Projector rig is a defensive-based attachment that will place a shield in the specific direction that the Tek Stryder is facing. Like the Shield Generator rig, the durability of this shield is linked directly to the Tek Stryder's health. The durability will still display as default after you've invested points into his health until the shield is fully depleted. If the durability reaches 0, there will be a 30-second cooldown before it can be activated again. Unlike the Shield Generator rig that we just covered, this shield does not use any charge in order to activate. While survivors and creatures can still pass through it, it will only prevent incoming projectiles and not outgoing projectiles. Well, that about covers all of the different head rigs and body rigs, and I feel like my mandible is about to sublux and fall off my face. How my f***ing face hurts from talking. So next up are the standards that every Tek Stryder will spawn with regardless of their chosen rigs. Tek Stryders come naturally equipped with a tech platform that acts as both a saddle and a surface to be built upon. You can even sync the foundations like I've done here so you can still easily access some of the Tek Stryder's other features. You can place up to 30 structures on this platform before reaching the cap, but you can't place Tek Transmitters, pipes, auto turrets, crop plots with Plant X species, behemoth gateways, tech generators, vaults, industrial forges, or loadout mannequins. The weight of resources inside of the inventories of the structures on its back will count towards the Tek Stryder's total weight, so it's best to keep these inventories cleaned out or utilize creatures with weight reduction. Tek Stryders feature a built-in sleeping pod that acts as a spawn point, but this doesn't restore lost stats like Tek sleeping pods do. At the front of the Tek platform is an integrated Tek Transmitter that can be used to store and transfer items and players, but you can't upload or download creatures from this terminal unless they're inside cryopods. Tek Stryders passively generate charge that is used to power many of its other functions. You can charge batteries from inside its inventory, or place them inside so it can draw from them if needed. Tek Stryders used to have the option in the radio wheel menu to regrow foliage underneath them as they walk, but this setting was apparently shadow nerfed because it caused too much stress on the servers. Tek Stryders can be linked to one Tek dedicated storage and can be set to either manually or automatically store the chosen resource. This resource transfer can cover an insane distance in the game. During my testing, I was able to transfer resources over 4,600 meters away, and that's just where I stopped testing it. I was able to test this out by starting to tame a creature next to my dedicated storage system, then tracking it using the Taming tracking system. Then I journeyed across the map with the Tek Stryder, testing the transfer at different distances. 1,500 meters, over 3,000 meters, and then finally over 4,600 meters away, and I'm pretty sure my bear is falling to the earth right now, but you get the idea. Alright, so with all these controls and functionality in mind, what is the Tek Stryder's main use? Aside from fulfilling my childhood fantasy of taking down my own AT-AT. Oh, son of a bitch! Well, given all of the various rigs that they can spawn with, built-in Tek Transmitter, built-in bed, and natural charge production, Tek Stryders are one of the most versatile tames in the game. If I had to narrow it down, I would categorize them as either a harvesting mount, a taming support mount, or a PvP mount. If a harvesting mount is what you're looking for, you want to attempt to find a Tek Stryder with an Excavation Head Rig and a Resource Attractor body rig. As for attribute points, you want to invest mainly into weight and charge capacity, with a few optional points into health. With these two attachments combined, the Tek Stryder is capable of harvesting nearly every resource in the game very quickly and in extremely large quantities given the 65% weight reduction. You can even upload some of the harvested resources via its built-in Tek Transmitter to further reduce your weight and lengthen harvesting time if necessary. Combine this with the ability to link a specific resource to a Tek dedicated storage, and you could quite possibly be looking at the absolute be-all, end-all harvesting meta in the game. If a taming support mount is what you're looking for, you want to attempt to find a Tek Stryder with a radar head rig and a shield generator body rig. As for attribute points, you want to invest mainly into health, charge capacity, and movement speed. The Tek Stryder's ability to scan for high-level creatures makes it very sought after at any stage in the game. Many creatures, such as Reapers for instance, are extremely difficult to find in high levels, but become much easier to locate when you can simply scan for the levels and the coordinates. The range of this dino scan is limited, however, and you can only scan for up to 10 creatures at a time. This means that you'll more than likely have to scan the same area multiple times to ensure you've unveiled every creature. You may have to travel large distances with a Tek Stryder, or leave apart in a certain region to continuously scan for specific creatures. Their deployable shields can make for very convenient on-the-go protection from enemy projectiles, especially if you're in the middle of the taming process. If a PvP mount is what you're looking for, you want to attempt to find a Tek Stryder with either a radar or a silence head rig, and either a phase cannon or one of the shield body rigs. As for attribute points, you want to invest mainly into health and charge capacity, with optional point investment into weight. The radar rig is capable of locating and tracking down enemy survivors that are either hiding or trying to sneak up on you, making it extremely overpowered in a lot of situations. With the silence head rig, you can easily stop enemy tames from buffing or debuffing your tribe during an assault, or land enemy flyers to prevent your tribe from being attacked from the air. The phase cannon is capable of dealing devastating damage to enemy structures, and can be a very convenient and cost-efficient raiding tool. Lastly, their deployable shields can be used in the heat of battle to protect your tribe, or used to cost-efficiently soak enemy turrets. Alright, well that about wraps up this video. Thank you guys so much for watching! If you enjoyed, please be sure to leave this video a like down below, subscribe to the channel with notifications on to stay up to date on all of my latest content, join the Discord for a community of like-minded woodland creatures, and please keep leaving me comments because